It's the middle of the night, 3,000 years ago, and you are robbing the tomb of a god king. You know exactly where the gold is hidden, because you're the man who hid it. But before ancient Egypt's pettiest police force drags you into court, let's rewind. This is your life as an Egyptian tomb builder, and it is stranger, funnier, and far more petty than anyone ever taught you. It's around 1200 BC. First thing to understand, you don't build the pyramids. Those are already 1,000 years old. Ancient history to you too. Your job is far more secret. You carve the hidden tombs of the pharaohs straight into a lonely desert valley we now call the Valley of the Kings. And because those tombs will be stuffed with gold, the whole project is classified. So the state builds you and your fellow workers a walled company town, Deir el-Medina, sealed off in the desert, where officials can watch every last one of you. You don't just have a job. You live inside the world's first non-disclosure agreement. You're not a slave either. You're a skilled craftsman, a stonecutter, a plasterer, a painter of gods. You are the elite. Which makes what happens next even funnier. Let's talk salary. There isn't one. Egypt hasn't invented money yet. No coins, nothing. You are paid in food, grain mostly, handed out by the sack, plus fish, vegetables, firewood, and the good part, beer, daily. Your entire income is lunch, and you'll happily take it because the beer here is thick, nutritious, basically liquid bread. Your wife brews it at home, half your pay, you drink. When the grain arrives on time, life is good. Keep that phrase in mind, when the grain arrives on time, because it's about to become the most important sentence in your life. Your week is 10 days long. You work 8 of them. And on the job, you don't even go home. You climb a mountain path and sleep in little stone huts on the ridge right above the tomb, so you're never far from work. Now, the greatest part of the whole story. Your foreman keeps a daily register of who shows up and who doesn't. Archaeologists dug it up, and it is, without question, the most relatable document in human history. Here are real logged reasons workers missed a shift. Brewing beer. His scorpion bit him. Hungover. The scribe's actual note. Rapping his dead mother, which, fair. Arguing with his wife. And one man is simply absent because his boss let him off to go drinking with a friend. 3,000 years ago in a sealed desert village, a man called in sick with a hangover, and someone wrote it down. Nothing about people has ever changed. Nothing. Now the story turns. It's year 29 of the pharaoh Ramesses III, and the grain, remember your entire salary, starts arriving late. Then later. Then it simply doesn't come. You have a family, you have children, you have done the work, and the state has not paid you. So you and your fellow workers do something no human being has ever been recorded doing before. You put down your tools, you walk off the job, and you march down and stage a sit-in inside the pharaoh's own temple, a sacred building, and refuse to leave. You chant 3 words that will echo through every labor movement for the next 3,000 years. We are hungry. Officials panic. This isn't supposed to be possible. They scramble, find your back rations, and beg you to come back. And it works. You get paid. You, a tomb painter in a desert village, just invented the strike roughly 2,500 years before anyone else would write the word down. Take a bow. Now for the twist. Fast forward a few decades. Egypt is weaker. The harvests are bad. And you happen to live beside a desert absolutely stuffed with gold, guarded by the only people alive who know where every secret door is hidden. That would be you. So the tomb robberies begin. And when the investigators come looking, who do you suppose sits at the very top of the suspect list? The workforce. Because who else could rob a royal tomb this cleanly? You built the lock. Of course you kept a copy of the key. The trials are real. We have the court papyri, the confessions, the desperate excuses, neighbors informing on neighbors. The very craftsmen who built eternity for the kings, quietly emptying it out the back. Which brings us right back to that torchlit corridor. And you, mid-robbery, in the tomb you carved with your own hands. So that was your life as an Egyptian tomb builder. You were paid in beer. You called in hungover. You invented the picket line. And you may or may not have looted a god. You lived and died in a secret village in the sand. And here's the strangest part. 3,000 years later, we know your name. We know your excuses. We know you fought with your wife, drank too much, and demanded to be paid because you wrote it all down on broken pottery and threw it out the window. The men who built tombs to make kings immortal ended up immortal themselves by accident. This has been the Crooked Museum. Mind the exit, and don't touch the gold on your way out.